Lexi and Leaf in his new Mac.
His new mech suit.
Yeah, they did a Looney Tunes bit, which was neat.
Yeah, last session was.
That's just part of the package when you have me in the group, man.
Yep. Oh, it was awesome.
We haven't set fire to an inn yet, but we did turn an entire planet into furries.
That we did.
Well, the ones that lived.
Yeah.
Well, no, because isn't there like different terms for like the different things? Because like, does a fish person count as a furry since there's no fur? I don't know how it works.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't like super care, but I
You
think
could
furry's
identify
a
as
pretty
merman.
blanket statement.
Yeah, merman works, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We made the Little Mermaid.
We created Zootopia.
Also that, yeah, both.
But also for aquatic creatures.
Zootopia, to be fair.
Actually, that's a good point. I know we're on a tangent now, but there were no aquatic creatures in Zootopia.
Well, there are here.
Wasn't there like yeah, not purely aquatic. Wasn't there
no.
like a hippo or something?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
there were
say I do
hippos
believe
or
I saw
crocodiles.
hippos.
Yeah,
Like-
but that's not purely aquatic.
Semi-aquatic thing, sure. There's a whole like
Yeah.
swamp-based ecosystem, but like
Was there like? Did we
there
ever
wasn't
see
an
like a
underwater-
lizard?
Wasn't
Bro,
aquarium.
why don't you do the research? I don't want to look at that shit anymore.
No, it's fine. I'm good leaving it as a mystery. I don't. I'd rather not pollute my Google search with that shit.
Come on, you know you want to.
Yeah, true. You're right, Tanaka. I do. I want to die.
Too much. Oh, you too, huh?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you want to play Stars That Number, or is that something we're going to hold off on for a while?
Yeah.
All right, neat.
Eh, 50 little ones and some bigger ones.
Yeah, it's
And
fine.
then
They're
a
all
really
dead.
big one.
That's fine. This is why space is your friend. Well, if you're not prepared yet.
Yeah, we're headed for the outer station of the system. Outmost.
Yeah, I believe you guys actually already jumped.
Yes.
Yep.
So, to give them a couple more minutes, we'll see. But you guys are in spike space, it's below your threshold, so not a big deal. Any projects for the 3 days, I believe, or 4 days, because you're making this jump.
I'd like to take time to prep and attempt to gain access to the AI core again.
I think Saber had something he wanted to do with Lexi.
With Lexi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make me a
Did I?
program with int.
Yep.
Real quick.
More of like a
then they fucked meme in there. I would, but
No.
it was more of like
Yeah,
a
Jeez.
it's a
Or
more
death
of like
by
a
Suzu.
suggestion that you were going to give to Lexi.
About the. I remember I told you about the great swords, dude. That's been like a week ago. My memory's garbage.
The fact that. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna. Fuck.
No, it's fine. Just remind me because I said something. I remember I said something to you. I don't remember what it was though.
You said that you wanted to text to tell Lexi that give her the idea that she could hold a weapon in her weaponized arm and still
Oh
be
yeah,
twice
right,
as deadly that way.
right. Because like I thought that's just what you were gonna do. I didn't know you were planning on just using your arm cannon. So yeah, okay. Just be like in the thing shooting your gun or
Lexi's a
whatever. I don't know.
brick,
No, it's
bro.
fine. Go ahead. It's fine. Just make it so that like that is seen at some point, and he would bring that up because that would then make sense.
All right, sure.
Yeah, thank you
And,
for reminding me.
that gives me like a +1 to my next attempt to actually get in, right? Raven?
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
All right. For the moment,
All right, not great.
wait. Why did it give you a +1 on your next attempt?
Because the initial program check is for the prep work to get in.
All right. Well, you've kind of already done your prep work. You're trying to access. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So, you know what? We'll get to the AI thing in a little bit. What's everybody else wanting to do here?
Might have been a little late, but I was going to ask if I could get some parts to just fine tune my blades a bit more and give them customized. And okay, that's 500 each with Tinker, so I'll just knock
Yep.
that off.
Sure. That would have been something that's easy enough to do before you
Okay.
guys took off.
I think
And that could easily be
obviously.
a thing.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Lexi, I think would probably. It's dumb to even mention, but she would put her swords and shit on their bike or whatever, and weaponize it.
Yeah, I would probably be in the hangar bay just checking out my bike, but then also practicing, now that there's more room in there, practicing with the jetpack a little bit.
Okay. That works. In that case, I'm not going to make you roll for it or anything at the moment, but you do have limited space.
Right.
But it
Yeah, just
is
like
pretty.
hovering and stuff.
Yeah. You kind of start to get a feel for the thing. You do notice that like it has a really big kick when it's first set off, and then it tends to dwindle a
Okay.
bit. But okay, so you're fucking around with the jetpack, you're modding shit, you're working on your bike, adding the harpoon and sort of messing with that leaf. What are you working on?
Adding his original machine gun to
Mhm.
second hard point
Okay.
on the mech and learning how to use it.
All right. So we have a lot of people in the cargo bay.
I'm in the workshop at least.
It's like three
You
separate
are,
training
but
montages at once.
yep. There's just a background of somebody fucking up every time. But meanwhile, Girani, you kind of get to about where you were before, reaccessing the data core that is this AI program. What are you looking for?
What is the? I'm trying to look for like the purpose of this AI because it says the only thing I've decrypted so far is something about a hypergate. Now I don't know if it's like a military AI, an analysis AI, or what, or even if it's fully sentient. But I do want to discover what its purpose is.
Okay. Looking over it, there seems to be some sort of learning algorithm that is set up to kind of very quickly and efficiently match certain things at its location with vectors and aiming towards a point somewhere. So it's sort of like a super specialized targeting AI, would be the way that I would put it.
That's
For
concerning.
ridiculously long ranges. You also do find a small piece of, like a tail end to a piece of code that references a spike bubble. Specifically, spike bubble generation. You're not sure what exactly this is supposed to be hooked up to, but it's sounding more and more like the old stories of a hypergate.
Okay.
Make me one more program with int with a -3 mod.
Cool.
Damn. Okay.
Yep. I mean, I could blow my. Fuck it, it's important enough to Journey. I'm gonna blow my auto succeed thing.
Succeed or reroll?
Yeah, reroll for
Oh,
experts.
I'll blow my my reroll.
Okay.
Worse, cool.
I think you could choose to take it just for whatever that 1 point matters. But yeah,
What do you mean?
I think it's not like actually I don't remember. I don't remember if it's that
No,
you.
it's
No, I'm
pretty
thinking
sure
of
it's
Indomitable. My bad.
yeah.
I'm thinking of D&D. Never mind. Disregard.
Going to Oz's sheet. I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see. Taking the new roll if it's better. Okay. You can re-roll the failed skill,
Okay.
checking the new roll if it's better. So it'll just be in the 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you you get a very long string of encrypted characters that you cannot decipher. However, you do manage to decipher the heading, and it says origin point. That's it.
Okay.
So, over the course of the next few days, you guys roll through Spike Space. Nothing seems to happen. No more attacks by literally the Spinal Tap Weasel. And at that point, Tex, you get a 1 hour away alert.
All right.
If there's anything you guys want to have like prepped and ready for when you're in the system, that's fine. Remember, you are a little ways out. It will take you 24 hours to get pretty much anywhere within the system.
Yeah. I'll have Leaf come up with me and just to sort of hang out while I do that, just so we can see how piloting works.
Okay. Everybody else, anything? You don't have to.
No, I'll just be wrestling with this whole thing the entire trip.
Okay. All
My
right.
mod is going to take 2 days, so I think it'll do me for a while, and then just practicing with what I got.
All right. So, as you drop from Spike Space, Tex, the instrument panels are full of radio chatter, general, ships coming and going. A lot of it's a little bit distorted out this far, just sort of by the nature of it, but you're pretty used to that. As you begin heading in towards the actual star, trying to locate, beacons for the station that Lexi pointed out to you. You do receive a tight beam transmission direct to your ship after about an hour or so. It seems to be addressed to Lexi.
I'll get Lexi. I'll shoot her a notification, whatever, get her up in the bridge so she can see it.
Lexi, your head vibrates for a second as
Oh, Jesus.
as you receive a message from Tex saying that there is another message for you up in the bridge.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. She'll hustle over there real quick and, yeah, hop on in. Hello, I have arrived. What is this message?
I'll just push the button to bring it up.
All right. This seems to be in text form currently. It is sort of a standard greeting to most of you reading it. Sort of a standard greeting. Welcome to CHEVKA. Please proceed to, I believe it's Raleigh 4, which is the name of the refueling station that Boris is at. Except for to you, Lexi. Despite your disdain for all things educational, you do remember some, let's call them warning codes or just sort of code phrases.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sure.
And there are a couple in here. One warning you to be careful. Another saying time is of the essence. And another that you would know to essentially just mean dangerous.
Okay. Lexi's gonna kind of like stare for a second, kind of like process that, and it's like, okay, and she'll who else is there? Anybody else on the bridge other than Tex? Is that it?
Tex and
Yep.
Leaf.
Oh, Leaf. Okay. So she'll just look to them both and point and say, these are CHEVKA security codes. Some of these are not good. It says dangerous and that time is very important, and I think we should not take anything lightly there. We should probably be fully armed going into this station.
Understood.
Sounds like a good plan. We got still about another day before we get there, but let's get prepped for the worst that may come then.
Yes, I also think keeping eyes on scanners, good idea for up until we get to station. I do not know exactly, what kind of danger this may be. So eyes open for now, yeah.
All right, I'll ping Girani real quick and just be like, "Hey, keep an eye on the scopes. I'll keep whatever sort of short range that I have to keep track of in the cockpit, but
Right.
keep an eye for scanner and that all kind of stuff. Your work,
Yeah,
the stuff that you do on the ship."
Yes,
Yeah,
please do your comms
That's
officer
fine.
things.
You fucking job.
Whatever the fuck, I don't know what it is, man. I assume there's some kind of like short range thing that I look at where it's like wash up in the fucking cockpit of the Firefly, and then there's some other shit that you can do. I don't know.
Yeah, I just flag spam mail for like penis enlargement pills for auto deletes. But yeah, I'll go ahead and I can kind of hear how nervous he is, so I'm just gonna double down on filtering messages and reading like whatever.
More spam emails.
So
Sure.
Lexi will also put out a small notice. She'll open comms to everyone and say that she's heading to the armory, and if anyone wants weapon training or anything to go gear themselves up there.
Actually, I don't even know everything I don't think Tex has been in the armory since we had it built.
It's dangerous in there.
Yeah, considering the shooting dummy is right next to the door.
I'm
Or
not
the
even
target
talking
range.
about that, bro.
That too.
So Lexi's
Oh,
gonna be packing up on some of these. She's gonna take a few. I'm gonna put a list down here.
that's fine. Are there actual like items that I can look up for like the smoke
Yeah,
grenade?
check crew notes. Oh, for the smoke grenade?
Yeah, like I know
Oh,
there's a just shrapnel grenade. I've got that one listed down, but like
Give me a
I was
sec
given
here.
also a smoke grenade, and I'm like, all right,
yeah,
I'll
that
take it.
one.
Like I don't know how long it lasts or
Oz
anything.
made. He crafted it.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
It is a. Let's see. I believe it's just a 10-foot radius, I think, area of heavy concealment.
For how long? Do you know?
I don't think we worked all that out. It was very in the moment kind of thing, but I'm
Mhm.
gonna say for about a minute ish. Or at least that's as
Yeah.
long as I bother to test.
Roughly, depending
Depend-
on
Environmental
Conditions. If there's
factors.
any
And
air in the place
Exactly.
per one, would
Mm-hmm. That's definitely one. Yeah, if it's done in vacuum, it's not going to work so well.
Right. Okay. Cool. I got it.
Obviously, but yeah, at one AU, one atmospheric unit, it should provide about 10 foot for about a minute. 10
Okay.
foot radius.
Got it. Sweet.
All right.
Yeah, I'll probably pop back there eventually just to get myself restocked and stuff. Not that I have much that's missing, but yeah,
All right.
I think I've fired 2 shots in like I don't know how many games, a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them, but like since the spike thrower at least.
I'm gonna actually grab the White Hawk and like clip it to the back of the Icarus harness.
Okay.
Oh, your drone?
Yep.
That's cool.
All right. So as you guys begin getting closer and closer, anybody else that has anything, feel free to toss it out.
Lexi's gonna pick up the plasma projector, 3 demo charges, and 4 grenades.
Okay.
as you will.
And are you just tooling around in there for a while, Lexi, or what?
Yeah. She's like cleaning her weapon and everything. Shit like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, Thunder, if you had something, you can go ahead.
No, just Jack has been practicing throwing his knives. He has put up 2 effectively stands of like spare sheet metal plates on either end of the engineering room, and he has been throwing a knife, having it stick in, teleporting to the knife, turning around, throwing it to a pad at the other end of the room, and that's been repeating for about an hour.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I'll head into the armory and clean up my stuff too, and disassemble it, make sure everything's good order and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
I'll see Lexi loading up and just go, hey, think you got enough there?
No. Shit.
Yet.
wow.
I didn't think I was gonna do it, but I did. Okay. Hold on. Yet, no, this is for little, the babies could play with this, and I need something that could, take out half of buildings, things like that. I mean, this does little bit, but it could be better.
Well, isn't that what your distortion cannon's for? I mean, we took out that bus pretty damn good on whatever that planet was with the animal people, the splicers.
Tesla.
Oh yeah, I forget about them.
Yeah, that distortion cannon seems to work. Well, oh yeah, that happened, Lexi. That was a thing.
She was high at the time.
Yeah.
She was actually for a little bit. Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
she was. We all thought she was gonna Hulk out on Leaf.
She did for a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I'll just point something out. Hey, so you got them? Do you hang on to the syringe things that you got, or is that just Jace hangs onto those for you?
Oh no, I have drugs on me right now. You want?
Okay,
I have
no,
many.
I appreciate the offer. I'm all right. I was just thinking, like, if you had
Oh, shit.
somewhere where they could, like, if they were easily accessible for you, like on some sort of like little, not a bandolier, but like like an arm wrap or something where you could like just swish it out real quick and just inject yourself. That might be a little quick for you. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yes, that would be very helpful. I don't know. I would have to probably ask Jess for something like that. She would probably know better than I would. I don't know any of these things.
Yeah, maybe. So tell me,
That is
all
the
right,
idea, though.
I'm curious, like because you got this arm thing that you got now, right? So I don't know how accurate are you with two guns at once? Like, can you make that work, or is that something that's like special that sort of out of character that you need to spec
Oh,
into?
okay. So, all right. There's a thing with that. You can dual wield, but I don't know if you can dual wield heavy weapons. It says you can dual wield rifles as an example, but it doesn't like go into detail as in if you can like dual wield like
Anything that you can feasibly hold one of each in both hands.
right. So,
So
well, I'm Lexi though.
I'm gonna say for Lexi, that's a maybe. And even then, dual wielding isn't that much of a bonus. It is minus
No.
1 accuracy plus 2, I think, to damage.
Yeah. So I guess Lexi's response would be, "Oh yes, this is very effective for suppressive fire, things like that. Not accurate, but scares the shit out of people. Yes."
Yeah, that all right. Yeah, that's fair. I'm usually more of a precision person myself, but this thing, any sort of hefts spike thrower is pretty handy in very short range, close quarters kind of situations because it does something to the enemy when they see their friends half disappear. It's pretty nice.
Yes, I agree. It's good. It's a good child weapon.
I do, out of character, I do distinctly remember you going, "Holy shit!" One of the times that I shot somebody. Just throwing that out there. Anyway,
Oh no, she totally gave you props for it too. Yeah, I remember.
he's good. He's good with the baby weapon. Well, all right, yeah. I just noticed you were getting pretty stacked up with stuff, and it's good to see because we definitely need some heavy firepower on the front line now that you can have multiple weapons at once.
If Boris
So you have
says
options.
danger, then this is the big thing. Boris is in the which is the chain of command. He is very powerful man. Has a lot of influence and things like this. So when he says danger, this is no joke. I think.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to hear a commanding officer asking you for help. So especially with the Chevkins of I know of you folks, which is mostly just you and then that one fellow with the axe that flew through fucking space. Yeah, that seems like a pretty hardcore bunch. So it's a good thing we're coming to help out.
Oh
Robin,
yes.
quick question
About
for you.
him.
Yeah, you know things are fucked when those guys are asking for help.
Exactly.
Robin, I know that in the way back times, I asked Oz to install laser sight onto the laser rifle. Is it possible to take that off of the rifle and put it on the mag pistol?
Yeah, I would say so. It's probably something that's on a sight rail.
All right, cool.
Wouldn't be that difficult.
Because I'm not going to bring the laser rifle, seeing how mostly ineffectual it was last time.
Fair.
All right, so I'll just kind of click the last few pieces of my gun together and well, that ought to do it. I'll just go ahead and grab a little bit of extra ammo here and maybe grab another grenade, and then I'll be on my way. But hey, Lexi, have some fun. And looking forward to seeing what you can do with those two things that you got there, or however many you end up with. I don't know. You might clear out this whole room. Who knows?
Well, things will get cleared out. I am sure of this.
All right, and I'll
Yeah, soon
load
after
up.
Leaf comes in.
Yeah.
I'm having an issue. I can't seem to find the plasma projector to put it in my fucking inventory. Oh wait, it's not that. It's the upper one, right? Oh, it's. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Okay. Lexi, at about 3 hours out, you receive a personal message. It just goes off in your head, basically, through the
Okay.
comm server. It consists of only a few words. It says, "Turn back, Dimitri."
Oh, it's from Dimitri. It says.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's no codes or anything associated with this message.
Nope.
Okay.
Just says, "Turn back."
Uh, Lexi will share it with the group and say, "I just received a message. This is from Dmitri, a good close comrade of mine. I usually follow his instincts when he says things, but I don't know. Is your call?"
About that time, the ship itself receives a message from Boris, reiterating some of the same points, guiding you to Bay 6 on this station.
I'm gonna check Boris's message after Lexi says that for any like fuckery in like
Okay.
the yeah.
No roll required. It seems like just a standard, outbound message. There's a typical header and footer and, that sort of stuff, but like there's no extra code or anything like that wrapped up in it.
Can I trace the sender at all?
Sender was the station. It was somebody at the station. That's about as much as you're going to, it was sent from the station's comm array.
Got it. I'm just gonna like comms back through the PAs. Like, I mean, message from a station from Boris dude checks out.
In the Boris message, though, Lexi,
Mhm.
you notice a phrase that jumps out at you a little bit more. More of a not just danger, but more of a danger imminent.
Okay. I guess Lexi will open comms and translate that into. I think that something will be happening soon. We may have limited time here to uh, do whatever it is that we must. Hopefully, extract my comrades and bring them to safety. I hope, but it sounds like there is a time frame window for this, so we must act quickly. Yes.
I'm gonna do an active ping
For
of the surroundings to see if anything is coming
Okay.
at us.
There are a couple of ships, coming and going from the station. Seems normal. You've got one other ship on its way in. It's ahead of you. In fact, it's like already on docking maneuvers. Some sort of small, like it looks like its codes read CHEVKA. Seems to be some sort of like passenger transport. The equivalent of a bus, for lack of a better term, like an in-system bus. There's one ship that is now leaving the station. Looks like a courier, the kind that drop off, or drop off data to each sector sequentially.
Okay.
Nothing jumps out at you here at the moment. That's sort of like the normal around it as far as you can tell. Anything else you're looking for?
Any shadows coming back from that ping, i.e., things that are just like a zone I didn't get a ping back from. That's I should have.
Now make me a program with wisdom.
Okay.
Okay. There is one, and it is very small. but you get no return at all in an area.
That's fucking weird. Hey
And when I
guys,
say
heads
very
up.
small, I'm talking like 5 meters.
I'm getting like no return, like there's a shadow, and I'm gonna give him like whatever bearing it's coming from. It's fucking tiny though, so I can't tell what it is on the radar.
Are you
Oh.
saying there's something floating out in space right now?
Yes.
Well, if it's about 5 meters, it could be a fighter of some sort. So, Lexi, I got a question. I don't know your friend Dimitri, nor do I know your commanding officer. Is there a chance that there's some kind of like coup or uprising or civil war going on right now that we're unaware of? Because getting the two distinct messages, because I think you mentioned what Dimitri said, getting the two different messages has me a little concerned about something like that.
What would I know, Raven?
You would know not necessarily who, but you would know that there are different factions. You would know about a little bit of the corruption or heard about it.
Okay.
But who is in what state, you're not sure. Probably. You might have your guesses, but
Okay.
nothing confirmed.
It's possibility. There are people that don't like each other and things like this, but I would not know who or what it would be. I'm not sure.
Okay, because just purely based off what I've heard from those messages and your interpretation of them, kind of sounds like your CO might be trying to call you back to help out, sort of continue service, whatever it is. Which means that they might be on one side, and then Dimitri, your friend, might be on the other side
Oh
trying
no,
to
no,
warn you
net,
away.
net, net. No, this is wrong. Uh, I am in service for life. They call me back.
Right,
I fight.
right. Which is,
There is no questions of this. Yes.
but what if Dimitri's on the other side of this thing? If it is what I'm thinking it is, that's what I'm worried about. Is like maybe Dimitri is trying to be your
Oh,
friend
would I
and
know if
warn you
there's
away.
any beef between Dmitri and Boris? Like, are
Um,
they buddies
They're
or?
both certainly
I mean
beefcakes.
they kind of
Yeah,
they
butt
got
heads.
along, but they'd butt heads a bit. Yeah.
Yes, they have a disagreements here and there, but I do not know if Dmitri or Boris would be that extreme. It would not be good for either of them. I see no reason for this.
Okay, but yeah, we'll keep going if that's what you want to do then.
Quick question though: have I been to this station before? Would Lexi have a good idea as to where she could find Boris?
Um.
Like, could she?
So, all stations in CHEVKA, well, not all of them are quite the same to each other. They all have at least a military command, sort of module, at least.
Right. So there's
And
always a.
you would assume that there would be in that sort of, it's like a barracks and like an operating center, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then there's sort of like a civilian section of the station
Okay.
for everybody else. But yeah.
So if possible, Lexi will kind of use this upcoming station and point and be like, this is probably where we will find Boris. Military installations there. All of this is residential things, so most likely avoid this. We want to
Um,
find Boris, my comrade, and hopefully Dmitri.
you would also know that docking bay 6 is in that military section.
Ah, check to see if docking bay 6 is open. This would be the closest way to get to the military compound.
Oh, that's where they're directing you already.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they are okay.
Did Girani provide a direction in which that shadow was?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like
If your nose is 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
I would say it is, and you're facing the station, it would be at your maybe 233, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Could I use my
And
eye?
up maybe 40 degrees.
Okay. Could I use my eye to try and detect if there is an absence of radio transmissions in that area, like if something's absorbing or blocking or something? Just see what's happening
Sure.
around that, whether
Sure. Give
it's
me
radiation or lasers or radio transmissions.
right. Yeah. Yeah, you could do something like that. Let me see what this would be. So,
Also thermal.
mm-hmm. It's out a little ways, but it is technically within range to, you could at least potentially look. So let's go with a notice, and I'm going to give you intelligence to actually be able to parse through where all the signals are.
All right. Do I get any kind of bonus from Zoom or anything?
I will give you a +1 just for Drawny helping you
Okay. Sure.
find the damn thing, because there is no way you'd be able to do it any other way.
Okay. 9.
All right, 9. Interesting. So you do notice that there are signals everywhere, as you would have expected.
Right. Yep.
There isn't so much no signal there. However, there is a tight beam that you see. Looks like some sort of light-based laser, infrared transmission going between the station and whatever this mass is. Stops periodically and then starts up again. You also see another beam. This one, at first, you think is just a regular signal, but looking at it, it actually follows the square law. And it's just huge by the time it gets here. So whatever it is that's sending the signal is a long fucking way away. But in system. And that goes way out towards CHEVKA itself. Somewhere towards the inner part of the system. That's a little far for you to actually be able to track.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But you kind of get the idea that it goes that direction.
Okay. I'm gonna bring us to a stop near the station, and I'll just put out like a all call to just nearby and just say, "This is the Horizon making some rotational thruster checks before commencing with docking." And then I'll just
Oh.
make it look like I'm doing some shit, and then I'm going to turn to Lexi and go, "Hey, you want to try and send some kind of message to your friend Tree and just ask if they are on the station or not? Because I think somebody's keeping an eye on us, and I'm wondering if it's Dimitri in a ship that's or something that looks like a ship. So I assume off that
It's a
direction. I'll point
mast.
vaguely. Yeah, it's a something.
And as you slow to a stop and begin sort of doing, general tests, or at least making it look like you are, that mask keeps moving towards your 12 o'clock, towards the station.
Okay.
Okay, so Lexi is going to send out a message and just use a single code and just wait. Well, hold on. So these so we're gonna say basic codes, right? So let's think of something clever. No, it would just say the Davushka and friends have arrived.
All right. All right, you send that out to the station.
Well, can we do a tight beam?
You could.
Could we try and send a tight beam directly to that ship? Well, no, I guess because we don't know if that's him or not. So,
I mean, you can certainly try.
yeah, because that's maybe this is a communications thing for Johnny, but I'm just like maybe that's I don't know if that's Dimitri or not. If somebody's keeping an eye on us in that thing, and I don't know who it is.
Tex, if that is Dmitry and he wants to, kill me, I just basically said who I was in this message here.
All right, yeah.
So
Fine.
he would probably, be opening fire, like now. Just like wait.
And I won't take a super long time, but within a couple minutes, I'll start moving back towards the
Yep.
dock.
All right.
That,
Yeah, you're still about 2.5 hours out.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
Yeah, you're a little ways out,
I thought we were a lot closer.
but not quite right yet. But as you guys sort of cross the 2-hour threshold, it's now kind of sitting solidly at sort of the 1:30 positions, or sorry, the 2 o'clock position instead of the 3, having moved ahead. You begin entering sort of the, let's call it a no wake, or like
Yeah,
where you're
right.
supposed to start decelerating. At that point, Lexi,
mm-hmm.
you get a call from Boris.
Sweet. It's not pay. It's not like it's direct, right?
Video.
It's not like collect. All right.
Yeah, video.
Oh, video. Okay.
And
if she gets the call, she'll just stream it to the group.
okay, so all of you see an older, sort of like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was governor, bodied guy. I mean, definitely built, but like definitely also kind of older and kind of letting himself go. But he's also sort of the guy that you don't want to fuck with in the bar. Bald head, scars along his cheek, his left cheek and neck. Sort of looks over. Ah, Davushka, welcome back.
Boris, comrade, how are you doing? I hear you need some help. Yes.
Yes. We talk about that when you are aboard. For now, welcome to CHEVKA. And I see you have friends.
Yes. They are. They look like little dietkas, babies, but they're very useful. They know some things or two. I teach them good.
We'll see. We'll see.
Can I attempt to trace this live stream?
Seems to be coming from the station.
Okay.
I do have one question. My comrade here says we have beam focusing on us. A small thing. Is this yours, Boris? You know of this defense? I think yes.
What you mean? A small thing.
I guess Lexi will ask Tex. Can you send the telemetry over to my friend Boris here of what we know?
Sure. Yeah, there seems to be a small craft or vehicle of some sort getting a tie beam from the station that is a bit of a stealth type vessel, possibly. And I'll just send him the heading, I guess, trajectory, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever info we have, and
Yeah.
she'll say we see this on our way in.
Okay. One moment. And he sort of mutes up the mic, but you can still see him. And he sort of calls over a couple of other individuals. Looks like he's shouting orders at him for a moment. Moves off screen. Johnny, you're watching sensors. And I believe
Yep.
Tex, you are.
Yep.
Well, Johnny's watching sensors. Tex is watching with his eyes. I assume.
Yeah.
Tex, you see it a little bit before Johnny's, computer system can actually parse out the data. You see a huge burst transmission of some kind coming
Oh, shit.
from this little spot, this speck. You guys are about an hour and a half away from the station at this point. This is just after Boris sort of walks off screen for a moment. And at that point, I need everyone to make a mental save.
Oh, no. Oh, it's the fucking space ninjas again.
Goddamn invisible ninja.
Motherfucker.
Hey,
Fucking space ninjas.
Ah, jeez.
Ah.
Hey! I got spared
Oh,
this
thank you.
time.
Okay.
Yay.
Whew.
Anyone who failed is
Uh-oh.
stunned for the next minute or so.
Okay.
Ouch.
Anyone who succeeded, you have a splitting headache. But you got the ones who succeeded at least see a rip appear in space
Oh, shit.
excuse me.
Oh, shit.
as a spike tunnel emerges just basically at exactly the point that that burst transmission began. And you see something very interesting and familiar.
Oh no.
It's that.
As
Oh, that fucking bitch.
Blackbird
I knew it.
appears,
I knew she was going to come
this
back.
time carrying something in the center between the twin pylons.
Oh no.
Oh, it's a bomb.
She's gonna
Yep.
do this.
A drive plume lights for
I
just a second and then goes dark completely. This is, it seems to have accelerated almost by gunshot. And then that same ship at this point would be kind of closer to you from the direction it's going. And now ahead of you, you see the twin tails light up again as another spike tunnel is formed.
No.
Oh, they're going to bomb the shit out of that, man. Rip
And that's
Boris.
right ahead of you. Tex, you did not fail the save. You may make a piloting with dexterity check to avoid the
shit.
spike tunnel.
Yeah.
It is a
What?
high DC. DC
Piloting
11.
with dexterity. Okay.
DC 11.
12.
What do you know?
You fucking hero.
That's why we pilot. That is why we pilot, sir.
I will tell you, Tex, you've heard legends. If you run into a collapsing spike bubble or spike tunnel behind a ship, you tend to either get sucked in, which is the best option,
I was thinking that wouldn't be that bad.
or you collapse with it.
Oh, fun.
Oh, so like Stargate collapse. Got it.
Kinda.
Like a
Except
way
you
worse
don't-
sci-fi version of Flying Through the Wake in Top Gun.
Yeah, much worse. However, there is quite a bit of turbulence. Everyone except for those who have failed their mental save make me a physical save.
I was gonna say, does everybody get to like roll around inside?
That's pretty much what's happening right now.
It would not be gentle.
I don't have any way to re-roll that.
And this is why we buckle up, kids.
I should not have been juggling knives when this happened.
Why would you say that?
I'll just add an extra little bit here.
Inside voice thunder. Inside voice.
Just so you know what Leaf was doing, he was getting into his mech suit.
Oh, not anymore.
Do with that what you will.
Oh no! Now we have to install another robot arm.
So,
Or
everyone who failed either the physical save or the mental save will take 3 points the first round of going through this turbulence. Your piloting check made it so it wasn't quite as bad as it could have been. Tex, so you do need to make a physical save as well.
Oh, I do? I figured I was strapped into the... All right, that's fine.
It's more everything else hitting you.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Excuse
Yeah,
me?
I'll do a physical save.
There's a lot of people that didn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
18.
true. I think
Oh.
Lexi is
Nice.
standing right next to you, so that's
Oh
better.
god, I got hit with a Lexi.
No,
Just
Lexi
game over.
missed you. You managed to like dodge out of the way.
Yep.
All right, and
I'm in
I'm
the
gonna have
zone.
you make one more piloting check, and this is either to cause a save or not. It's a DC 10.
Okay.
You should be able to make it.
13.
All right. So with careful piloting and quick piloting, you managed to sort of right the ship. You were spinning a little bit too. This pretty well fucked up your entire trajectory.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Jirani, you have pretty well lost due to this. You lose, and then maybe you're not sure. You see two just sort of dead spots in the sky around or on sensors. You're not sure which one is which. And at that point, Lexi,
Hi.
you're hanging over like a chair, stunned, out of breath, just your head is reeling from the effects of spike space as it sort of bleeds out every time a tunnel either is created or collapses at the end,
Mhm.
which is why they make you fucking do it at the outside of the sector. And you see Boris walk back on screen. He's sort of, you see him shouting at somebody. Nothing seems super wrong, although there are some. He sort of turns the sound back on. He's still talking to a couple of people, yelling about what was that ship? Who is stupid enough to come out of spike space right there?
And I'm not stunned no more, right? Like I'm good. I've recovered.
You are you're just getting over the stun.
Okay.
Okay.
Boris, I have answers for you just as much as I have questions right now. I think it's best if we meet up. Yes, because the ship is gone, right? Like it went into the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The ship did.
So yeah, I was just gonna ask, just for a quick clarification on the sequence of events. The spike tunnel opened up. The Blackbird popped out. So did we see anything detached from it, and then it vanished?
You did.
Okay, is
You
the
saw
thing,
something disappear, but it is not on any sensor anywhere.
and I can't see it at all?
You can see two black dots,
Are they moving
kind of
towards
the
the
same
station
ones.
still?
Both of them are.
Okay, like
You're
quickly or the same rate that they were?
at this point they're in front of you, and it's kind of hard to tell with
Okay.
as sort of perspective sort of changes with a black background and black stuff you're looking at. It's really hard to tell.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna sort of jump on the video call real quick and just be like, Boris, they dropped something off that is heading your direction. I don't know how fast, so maybe assume the worst and have people ready for maybe vacuum. I don't know, just an idea.
I would like to send the station the telemetry of the two void spots that don't exist and be like, hey, listen, we don't know what just happened, but I'm picking these two things up and it doesn't look good.
All right.
Boris, evacuate. Leave now.
Boris sort of turns back and says, "Thank you for the information. Davushka, to speak to you soon." And as he sort of turns around, he leaves the screen on. Seems to kind of forget that, that's the thing. And you hear him, "Marines, suit up." And then you see an explosion.
Yep, that's what I figured.
That's where we're taking a 5-minute break.
Ah, shit! I knew she was gonna come back. I didn't know who the fuck she was. I knew she was gonna come back.
All right, theory. Tac nuke.
Oh yeah, it's obviously some kind of massive bomb. I mean, it exploded, but like, yeah, it's some fucked up shit because they had to like pop out of spike space, let it go, and then fucking jump back into spike space.
Oh
That's
my
some
god!
bad
All right,
mamma
so
jamma shit.
are you still here, Raven? Was that like a nuke explosion, like vaporized everything, or is it like chunks of shit floating around?
Well, a nuke's not in like deep space. It wouldn't
Well, that's
be.
what I mean. Yeah, like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I mean, there is that area of like complete vaporization. So I mean, depending on the
Is it more
The
thermobaric
most
or
dangerous thing
thermonuclear?
here is the radiation. If that was a nuke,
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah,
atmosphere
that's
to
true.
break it
That's
up,
true.
so it would be.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, I can tell you if there's radiation going on, but I mean, not that you know that. But
I could too. It's like I can't read anything. There's too much.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna dip for 5 real quick. Be right back.
All right.
All right,
There's
gonna
the
go ahead
plan.
and
There's the problem.
transition over to the lovely fan that lovely cover that Busty did for us and mute for a couple minutes.
Not
I
here.
don't know.
There's always
Here.
an evil in
Yep.
Nord.
Nord evil. I will drive over there. Don't make me.
There. All right, here we go.
Fair. All right. So, as you watch the explosion, it starts at what looked like the civilian docks. However, even from here, you can tell that the station is not that big. It's also, let's say, not a little jankily built. It definitely looks like it was it started as one thing and it's slowly grown to be other, as other pieces have been added. So you watch as the fuel lines going to the fuel depot light up and explode. The lights and signals coming from the station go dark. Even before that, the light from the explosion itself is quite blinding. And slowly the station is less vaporized and more parted up and flung. Speaking of which, Tex, make me a piloting check with dexterity.
Yay!
As huge amounts of detritus begin flying in your direction at
Less Alderaan, more
ridiculous
Death Star.
speeds.
Good to know.
10.
Yeah.
If that's not good enough, I could reroll.
You managed to avoid the largest chunks, which is probably good. There's too much in the way of smaller pieces to actually avoid it all.
All right.
The ship is buffeted by hundreds or thousands of pieces of small shards of metal, glass, God knows what else. However, a large section of the station appears to be intact. Now, this happened about an hour out. I want one of you, your choice, to make me a luck save. Your choice between the party, but only one of you gets to make it.
I vote
Lexi,
Jace.
this is your mission. You want to try it?
I don't
March.
think I'm very lucky at all.
Mine says it's a V11.
Yeah, mine's 11.
Yeah, I think everybody's
luck
is
is just a
11.
level thing, I think.
Actually, you know what? This is Lexi's mission. I think
Okay.
she should
Okay.
roll it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
Bravo.
Okay. So, a few seconds after the blast, you all notice, and Tex, you feel it as you are at the controls, as the electrical systems dim for a moment, but don't actually go out. You have managed to. You are just far enough from the station to not be completely disabled by the EMP
Oh,
effect.
good.
So, that's a plus. There. So that would mean okay. At this point, you see quite a bit of fuel and oxidizer mixing and exploding secondarily along the fuel depot that is kept sort of to one side of the station. The large military block is not like completely vaporized, but certainly has taken quite a bit of damage. and is now spinning uncontrollably as it's a fucking station and not a ship. However, not incredibly quickly. You have managed to get past the initial detritus field of the larger chunks that were flung by the explosion. You have certainly lost sight of that one, both of those masses. You're not sure where the two little voids are. Although you can probably guess that one of them was some kind of explosive.
Mm-hmm. I think Lexi would go up on comms and say, Girani, put out the SOS signal. See if you can find any ones that may survive and look at position. Yes, we need to extract people, please.
Sure thing, Lex. I'm on it, and just to start like looking through the emergency subnets and protocol.
Okay. You don't see anything at the moment. However, you also notice that around there in general, from the station, there's like no signal. Like no signals at all coming from the station currently.
I think some electronics are probably knocked out from that fuck off explosion, but I'll send some stuff out to any couriers who may be out of the range of that blast, and then I'll start like extending like back away from the station and seeing who can pick up the signal for like
Okay.
basically space
Tex,
911.
can we go to the military installation, try to see if anyone has managed to try to survive or anything since until we get there?
That was my plan, and I'm going to actually break the wake zone speed limit. I feel like this counts. Get there
You can
quicker.
try to get away with
Extending
it.
these
There's nobody.
circumstances.
It doesn't look like anybody's going to enforce it at the moment,
Yeah,
so you're probably good.
Yeah.
However, I will say, this space is still filled with some of the
yeah.
larger and unwieldy pieces that, because of their mass, have not been flung as far.
Yeah, I'm not going like full speed, just quicker than we were.
Is the shuttle protected from the radiation?
Oh, good question. Do I see any radiation? Because I can do that.
Yep.
Oh shit! There's Lexi. There's a lot of radiation, and
Are
am
we
a professional.
protected from the
That's
radiation?
a good question.
She's gonna start putting on her spacesuit.
I would assume we're protected from radiation since we're in a deep space vehicle.
You are somewhat protected. In fact, you will get a sort of a warning. It says this zone, effectively, you have about 4 hours.
Okay.
Inside the zone before you need to get the fuck out. Or most, if
Everybody,
not all, living creatures.
put on the spacesuit. Yes.
Yep, I think that's a good idea. Also, Jace, if you have anything for radiation sickness counteracting, whatever, I don't know, whatever it takes for that, get that ready. We may have guests who need it.
I'll have to make something. I don't have anything on stock.
All right, and then I'll punch it.
All right. You begin heading in. There is a point where, due to things bouncing around and sort of, there's no real like friction, but stuff seems to be moving slower here, probably imparting its energy into something else that flew off in one direction or another. You end up near, sort of coming into the area. You see now the military part of the installation consists of a large, sort of almost brick-looking thing, which you would guess, and Lexi would probably know, is generally the barracks, the living quarters, places to make food, a lot of your essential life support systems, and it has been shredded. It is, however, it's intact structurally in a sense. It just got a lot of holes through it. It's just not falling apart. you can see the command bridge up above, windows blasted out completely. No sign of anything from here on your scopes, but you are now kind of coming into a space where you really, you'd be a short hop away in the shuttle. It'd take you about 3 minutes probably to get on board the station. However, you really can't get much closer with the horizon itself. It's just a little too big.
I'm
And
going
also
to.
not big enough to clear shit away
Right.
with its math.
I will warn Leaf, who's back there, like, hey, if you're not suited up, better get that way because we should just open up that back hatch and see if we can
I'm
get
trying.
All right.
Yeah, Lexi's gonna be running her way down to the cargo bay, and as she does, she'll open up a line to Girani and say, also put out line of communication to CHEVKA themselves, warn of incoming space debris.
I don't know what specific. Let me check if I get through all this background noise first. Is it clear? Can I send a line to the planet?
It's gonna be pretty distorted right now, but you could probably send like just a generalized SOS or emergency call sort of thing, something very, very small, and it's gonna have to be very powerful to get through just the noise created by
Okay, I'm
the
just gonna
radiation.
go ahead and disable our receiving capabilities
Okay.
right now and put all power towards looping a message to the surrounding area and to the planet of basically things blew up here. There was an attack by something. Be aware station is deteriorating.
Go ahead and type that one out for me.
Okay.
But yeah,
Go-
that's fine. You can do that.
That is too fancy for CHEVKA.
Just say station destroyed.
No,
Danger,
easy.
radiation.
Incoming.
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe it's Jeffka's a ways away, so it should be all right.
Yeah.
And then
the
hopefully
pieces
they get
aren't
message.
the pieces of the station aren't, big enough to really make landfall, as far as you can tell.
Ah, okay, well, whatever.
As far as we can
Either
tell.
way,
But yeah, Lexi's gonna be in the
could take
cargo
out a
bay,
ship or
ready
two.
to go down. Is anybody willing to fly the shuttle? Captain, would you be okay to do this?
I mean, if the horizon can't move any closer, I can fly the shuttle. Like, I could just park it and leave it there.
Okay, Tex, yeah, if you want, yes.
I mean, I'd not to take anything away from Giraffe if she wants to do it.
I don't care.
Okay,
Alright.
I can take it. I'll leave the horizon there with the door open, I guess, knowing that that's going to be bad for radiation. But yeah, we'll try and make it quick.
All right. So you guys load up into the shuttle. Who is going station side?
Leaf.
Tex.
All right.
Do we have a spare vac suit? I know I have the Atmo thing, but that helps with
think
low pressure and necessarily
The
radiation.
ship should have come with. I can't remember.
Well,
I'm pretty sure we
I
had.
gave
The
you mine.
ship's locker has them.
Yeah.
I gave you mine too.
So I'll go and
So,
one of those on
question for Ryben actually: would a vac suit offer more radiation protection than an Icarus harness?
I don't think that they'd be much different.
Cool. Just so I know in the future if there's like extra
Yeah, I
life support.
don't think like not like super specialized anti-radiation. So like you might get the Icarus harness has a little more armor to it, generally speaking. So you might get marginally better, but not enough. In the situation you guys are flying into, not enough to matter.
less than adequate.
Yeah.
I'll hop onto the shuttle too, just because I know with the interference we're getting, it's useless for me to stay on board to try to receive and send. Besides,
Okay.
I'm already blasting that one out.
I'll also just turn on the comms in the vac suit that I've thrown on in the lockers and say, "Hey, if you guys need emergency, and I mean emergency evac, let me know, okay?"
Will do.
And I'll get to the cockpit and sort of look out at whatever the fuck they're doing over there.
Okay.
And Leaf will tag along the side of the.
Okay, so you just
Shuttle,
attach
'cause
yourself to the side of the shuttle.
yeah,
Yeah.
because there's no way that he's gonna fit that thing in
No.
there.
It's
Yeah,
like the
it
size of
also
the shuttle,
saves
isn't
room
it?
for survivors and stuff too, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll join
Yep.
too in case there's medical need.
Okay. So, in that case, those of you heading out, Jack, you sort of look over at and watch the shuttle slowly attacks you. Take it kind of slow, trying to get through the debris, trying not to scuff things up because shuttle's not really made for
Yeah. Right.
this sort of thing. But you slowly make it towards the military complex. Now, there are the docks. There are 7 of them. There is also some holes in the sort of living quarters that you could try to enter from. And there's also the space on the command bridge.
I want to take us up
Those
to
are
the
like the only
command
ones that
bridge.
are like the biggest areas that,
Right.
you know.
But
yeah.
since we know that Boris was up there, I want to take the shuttle to the command bridge because
Okay.
Alexi knows him.
Okay. You head up to the command bridge. As you fly close to, you all sort of stare out the window, and Leaf, you stare through your faceplate and you flip on the lights, and you see probably half a dozen just completely destroyed bodies floating in that area. A lot of them with like what looks like partial, either only part way having their vac suits on, or some of them, 1 or 2 of them, having it looks like their helmets cracked open or by debris, or you're not entirely sure. You also see you can make out that the blast doors to the command bridge are closed. But you can see the terminal that Boris was definitely talking to you from, and in that the blast doors had been open when he was talking to you.
Okay. And we don't see him in there that we can tell?
From here, no, you kind of see just figures. They all look kind of buff and burly, as
Oh, look, they're
you
all
know,
Boris.
Chevkin. They're all Boris, yes.
Does it
Chevkins,
just look like a command bridge of Rambos?
Yeah.
kinda, yeah. Chevkins have a type, and they are all that type, pretty much.
Does the blast door that's opened like go
No,
back
there's
away from us?
no opened blast doors anymore. When you were talking on the
Oh,
video
I see.
call, the blast door had been opened, and that seems to have a hallway that leads towards the large living quarters area.
Okay. It's very possible. And I'll look around for. Well, the suits have communication devices in them, don't they?
Generally speaking.
So I'll get on the comms and just like I'll call around us. Like, can anybody hear me? Anybody still out here floating that needs rescue? Yeah. Yeah.
And Lexi's gonna pop out of the shuttle for this and start floating around, I guess, and turn on her light and kind of flash her light here and there.
Yeah, I've got the door open and next to the window,
Yeah.
Okay.
like Huey style.
I'm gonna put like 3 line shunts into the nearest computer. That's working.
It is every piece of electronic technology is dead.
Oh, in that case, I won't do that.
Lexi does want to look for any closed doors, closets, anything of that sort.
In the command area, the only closed doors are is really the blast doors.
Okay, so there's no other.
Because it's really like, it's just a big old bridge for a
I get you.
station.
Okay.
I mean, you do find the one closet that seems to be like a washroom, and there is definitely like a bunch of floating water, and it's all nasty. Looks like they had recently cleaned the bridge.
Gotcha.
That's about it.
I'm carrying some Type B power cells. Do I think I can power the bridge briefly enough to like close it down and repressurize this zone.
Okay. Make me a general knowledge check with intelligence.
God damn
Maybe.
it.
And you said there's another blast door in the other hall that's closed, right?
There's only one blast door at the back of the command bridge.
Right, but you said there's a hall, right? A hallway that leads to the
That
residential
blast
center.
door is closed, but it leads to a hallway towards the residential area.
Okay.
So if I see this, I'll just do this. Yeah.
Because at this point, Lexi's just trying to look for survivors. So yeah, and anywhere that
Yep.
she might think that there might be pressurized, sealed areas, she's going to try to go for those.
Yeah, and I'm scanning the debris for anything that I can find.
Son of a bitch. I'm just gonna stick to what I know. I'm gonna attempt to. I'm carrying 12 of these motherfuckers. I'm gonna hook a Type A power cell up to the door and attempt to hack it to see if there's like an airlock system on the other side, so we don't like explosively decompress 80 possible survivors.
Okay. You hook up the power cell and it draws power, but EMPs don't destroy just like how much power is in there. It destroys electronics.
Yeah, they fry them.
Yeah.
It fries chips. There is no way that any of this will be made operable without a lot of work and replacement parts.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and like for our team nets. I'm not hacking any of this. Nothing works.
Well, you're still a set of eyes, so just help look out for people.
Let me know when, and I can hack it open.
So if Lexi can make it to that residential door, she's gonna bang it. She's gonna like hit it, try to cause a vibration,
Okay.
and then place her hand on it and see if there's any reciprocation.
You guys are basically right here, right out, like right in. This is the command bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the residential area, and then the bottom two are docks.
On the residential area still has windows, right? Because we can just fly over there, I think.
Yeah, a lot of them have been blown out. Not all of them, and not everywhere has windows.
Right.
It's definitely taking quite a bit of debris hit, but there are still large sections that seem to be intact, and it's all like all the struts are holding it in place at least.
Does the
It is
radiation
spinning,
interfere with my
however.
scanner?
Yes, somewhat.
Will I still get?
Inside, it's a little bit better, but your range has been reduced to effectively about 3 to 4 feet.
Okay.
Also, I took note of the time. Tex took note of the time, and when it hits 3 hours, the horizon is leaving, not the shuttle's leaving the station. The horizon is leaving the area.
Okay. At this point, everybody's comms gets a very, very fuzzy signal. Seems to be Morse code for SOS. It's very quiet and fuzzy as based on where you are right now. There is no indication or coordinates attached to it. It's just Morse code for SOS.
Can Tex discern the origin with his supervision?
Oh, yeah, because I can, yeah. Actually,
tell people about that so that you can get ideas.
No, it's fine. It's fine because I was so yeah.
Metagaming.
I was busy just looking for people. Well, which actually that kind of counts. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can see them as if they were visual flares of color. So yes.
Mm-hmm. So,
but it's gonna be so much more fun later.
Thermal's a little bit of a mess. Certain parts of the station have sort of been superheated, and that heat is still distributing. However, you do notice the fading bits of heat of what looks like bodies against maybe the door. I.e., at one point somebody was leaning or pushing or something, you're not sure, against the blast door.
I was worried for a second you were doing that like nuclear shadow that fucking happens, and I'm like, oh
It could
no,
be that too,
oh god,
but you don't see any physical evidence of that at the
that
moment.
shit's fucked up. Okay.
All right, so spectrum-wise, it is very difficult to tell exactly where, but you can tell that the signal origin appears to be somewhere in what we'll call the HAB module.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a person floating out in space. It's someone in the station.
Not at the moment. No, and this is the only signal you're getting at the moment.
Right. That's fine. It's a lead.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll have the rest of the crew jump on, and then we'll move to a place that I can more easily have them access that.
Okay. So you have the dock side or the sort of blank side? Which one would you like? Docks are lower, but generally easier access.
Whichever one
There are
is
some large holes on this side too, but that's going to be like climbing through jagged glass.
right. Whichever one is closer, and I'll have Leaf, let's say, quote unquote, smooth them out with the mech.
Okay.
Okay.
Leaf, make us whole.
Yep.
You want to take a couple minutes to sort of circle around to see which direction might be closer? You're not. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell
Yeah,
initially.
Yeah, we'll kind of do like sort of a pass, not all the way around the station, but just around like sort of that hab area.
Okay.
What's the speed on the
6.
It's quick, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my mech couldn't quite keep up with it, but
No, I
Keep
think
up with what?
no, your mech is speed 6.
no,
Yep.
mech speed 4.
Wait,
Oh.
what? Is it?
I do believe so.
No, I don't know what shuttle is.
Yeah,
Thought it was
speed 4.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he'll.
So you're close to the shuttle
Well,
speed.
no, the shuttle is speed 3, so he's
Oh,
fast.
okay. So yeah, you
Oh.
are faster.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
checked.
Yeah, he'll move
It's
stuff
the
out of the way.
specialist suit that's speed 6. My bad.
Yeah. He'll do his best to make room for the shuttle to get
Okay.
closer.
So the signal seems to be coming a little bit closer. It's pretty close to centralized, somewhere within the large sort of hab area, but it is slightly closer to the dock side.
Okay. Yeah, mostly I just want to avoid having to like try and go up elevator shafts or stairs or whatever. So
Okay.
yeah, so whatever altitude we can get at that's closest, then I'll.
Okay.
There.
Yeah, dockside seems to be the closest, and as you sort of swing around, you see there are quite a few large holes that have been created by various bits of detritus. You jumped the gun on me earlier, but as you sort of swing over the dockside, you can see shadows
Ah, damn it.
on them
All right.
of people that had probably been working out on the dock, as this is the side that is blast side.
Guys, I don't think we want to go through there. The readings I'm getting back from my tool are insane.
Well, there's people in there, so we need to get them out. We got about 2.5 or 3 hours ish left. So
Yep.
before we're leaving.
So, however, the nice thing is, there is a spot that Leaf you could clear out to actually land and sort of maglock the shuttle to.
Okay.
Right next to one of the larger holes that you could go through relatively easily.
Okay.
Or you could leave it free floating. That's your choice.
No, if we can mag lock down, why not?
Okay.
And then actually, as soon as we do get mag locked down, I'm gonna look out among the debris and see if I can. Yeah, no, it's not gonna type you anymore. I'll just see if I can see that other thing that was here.
Make me a notice with wisdom.
Nah, 4. I didn't expect to.
No, unfortunately.
Shit.
All right.
So I guess Lexi will pop out then.
All right. So you all clamber out of the shuttle. and now you're looking. You're sort of attached to the side here, and you're looking at this. I mean, it's probably about 1 by 1.5 kilometers. It's a big area. But what you're looking at is a hole that has been created by what looks like a docking beam, like part of a docking beam that's had slammed into um, the side of this thing. And you can see several. You're looking at the whole thing sideways, so you can see rooms, but you're basically standing on one of the walls, looking
Okay.
in.
Yeah, Lex will look for a open hole, like or open window that's been broken through, and just kind of give her boot to any sharp bits and jump in.
Okay. Well, with some of Leaf's help, you guys managed to move the large piece of
And he does have a
steel.
can opener, so
Yep.
Yep.
Between all of that, you managed to widen a hole into what, if you were right side up, would be the third floor of this rather large hab module. Entering in, I need a marching order.
Lexi will go first, since she's probably got knowledge of the area and stuff.
Okay.
Leaf second.
I'll
Go
go
third.
fourth then. Yeah, I'll be last.
And then Jace, I guess, if he's coming with.
Oh yeah, Jace did say they were on.
He was on the boat.
Yes, Jace is absolutely coming with.
Jace can probably stay on the shuttle though.
No, I said I needed to go with for medical.
No, on the shuttle, not on the.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
If you want to go with us through the hole, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'll go with you because if I'm there, then I can get to someone's quicker.
Hey, Lexi, is there like a broadcast code we can kind of give off so they don't shoot us the moment we open the doors because they just got nuked?
Generally, in situations such as this, best thing to do would be to hit the door, before you enter.
Also, we have Alexi in front, so I think they'll recognize the build.
Fair.
All right.
But even if they have spacesuits, electronics would not work, and they would not hear us.
Wait, how is there an SOS going out if everything got fried?
I mean, if you bury something deep enough, it'll still work.
I guess.
Oh, really? Wow.
Anyway,
That
let's go.
This is a military installation, right?
They've got to
Yes,
have some
it's
EMP
true.
hardened.
Always backup
sorry,
plan,
this
yes.
is out of character.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And typically, military installations are some of the electronics are hardened against EMPs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do that.
I do not know how to check, if room on other side is pressurized. How do I do this? I need help.
We can't. I won't get anything back on the readouts. All I can do is maybe try to do. I'm not anywhere near as good as Oz, but I can try to jack open the door with the tools here.
I can open the door if you need it.
Yes, okay. So I think idea
Opening
here
the
would
door is
be
not the problem.
bang on door. Use SOS codes. They get idea. They know we will be coming, and then we wait, and then open.
Okay.
Best I can think of. And then I guess
Alright.
we'll head towards the general source of where that came from.
All right. So as you guys enter into the hab module, you kind of enter into what is essentially a barracks room, and go up to the door that leads out to the hallway.
Are there any shadows in this room?
No,
Sorry.
they were covered by that. However, you do see one arm pinned to the wall by the large steel beam that came through the wall. Just the arm.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Anyway, as you guys
I
enter in
scan
through
it
the
and take
door.
a DNA sample.
Of course.
All right.
What we have to know, if the person perished or not.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we know.
Uh,
Well,
Yeah,
Right.
we have records
Lee
like
holds out his arm. Really?
Anyway, not the time. We're busy here.
All right. So
there's
you
always
guys enter
dog
into
tags,
the
but let's
hallway,
go.
and it is filled with random personal effects, some clothing. It looks like suits of combat armor and people. However, that seems to be from the room directly adjacent or directly across, as it seemed to have depressurized into here. As you can see, the door has been split open somehow.
Oh wow.
A little further down the hallway, it almost looks normal if it weren't for just the odd little piece of debris. You come up towards a cross, or like a cross path, and the path, the hallway keeps going, and then there are two hallways, one going to the left, one going to the right, sort of seeming to mirror this a little ways to create living quarters. Lexi, as you come up to the corner, you see an individual in full combat armor, upside down in relation to you, with a gun drawn and unmoving.
At us in our direction.
Kind of generally towards the crossroad, I guess, crossroad in the hallway. Doesn't seem to have noticed you yet, but also doesn't seem to be moving.
I guess she'll like flash her light in that direction.
As you do, you notice floating down the hallway, floating right around the corner at that point, a helmet, just a helmet, floats right in front of your face, almost hitting you, but no movement from the other individual.
Okay. Then I guess she'll approach.
Okay. Still no movement. As you get closer, you can see as you move up to the side of this. At this point, you're pretty sure dead individual.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a long tear in the back of his suit, obviously having depressurized him. You
Okay.
also see a couple of extra limbs and weapons floating around the hallway itself.
Are there more psychic ninjas?
She's gonna examine the tear in the suit. Does it look like it's like metal on metal there, or is there like any indication of like what had caused this? Like, is it from debris?
Okay. Let's see. I don't know if this is. Let's see, what would this be? I am going to give you. This is going to be a weird check. So
Okay.
roll with it. Stab with intelligence.
Stab.
Mm-hmm. How did this person get a hole in their fucking suit?
Okay. Oh
All right.
All right.
Dude, nice.
bro.
So, the intelligence stabber. Looking at the back of the suit, it becomes apparent that something sharp definitely is what cut this long sort of gash. And it looks jagged or serrated. You're not sure. There, It's not a clean cut.
Okay.
However, looking around, there is nothing in this room other than the implements that you are already carrying that would tip you off as to like what did it at the moment anyway.
Okay. Keep your eyes open, everyone. I do not know what has caused this, but something has happened to this man. Keep looking, please. And I don't. Is there a way to like detect the code, or I don't know who's the signal dude?
There'd be text, but also I think technically
Yeah, technically,
Red Tool also has like a readout function.
Now that so all of you have noticed that the signal is a little bit stronger now, coming through your radios, and even Jace and Jirani on your pads, you can also detect the signal. However, directionality, you guys are basically playing hot and cold, right? As you move, you can kind of tell if it's getting weaker or stronger, but that's about the best you can do. Tex, you have a little bit more of an advantage, although because of the interference, it's still pretty difficult.
Yeah, I'll kind of point my way from the middle, just going like, I think it'll be stronger over that way.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, he's never explained how he can like sort of figure these things out.
Well,
Mhm.
Lexi clearly is not asking, so because she gets head
It's about that later.
right on over there, and she'll kind of just use any metal part of her suit or whatever, and just kind of bang on metal surfaces and place her hand and try to feel for
Okay.
it.
So as you guys continue through the hallways, oh, go ahead.
While they're doing that, can I examine the body a little bit closer?
Sure.
Can I do two different? Can I examine the wound with the same roll Lexi did, and then can I do a medical scan?
How about, because your skill set is a little bit less stabby, give
you
me
wanna
just
look?
a general heal.
Before you make that decision, you want to look?
I know you're very stabby.
Professional
But
stabber, doctor.
how about we just cover it all with either a heal or a stab with intelligence? Your choice. I'll give you that.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. 'Cause it's pretty close.
I'm getting Chucky vibes here.
Oh
it's
boy.
getting closer.
Let's just go ahead and do the heal then. It's a little bit better.
I would feel better about that from our doctor.
Okay. So as you look over the wound, you notice much the same things. The wound itself is not overly deep. It's about 1.5 inches wide and about 1.5 feet long. It's just not super deep. It's maybe like 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch deep, but it goes right across the the back and across the spine. You notice something that Lexi didn't, but that's because you have specialized skills. You notice a small fragment of some kind of material lodged between two of the vertebrae. As you extract it, it is a hard substance, relatively smooth. And without, spending a lot of time, it does not appear to be metallic. It appears to be organic in some way. It's about all you can get out of it because, yeah.
Can I, while everyone's advancing, can I use my scanner on the organic piece?
You can begin to do that. It's going to take a little while to really get good results, especially with its sort of reduced range and functionality at the moment.
Yeah.
But you can begin to do that sort of floating behind everybody. That's no problem.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll also warn people saying I found more. I'm inspecting it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay, so
just
something is
tether.
definitely here.
I'm gonna tether Jace to the back of my suit so she doesn't get too far left behind if she finds something.
Hey, there's thinking ahead.
It's not a bad idea. All right.
Also, always good to have the doctor tied to you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not
So-
in this.
Yeah,
This doctor.
depends on the doctor.
Look, I've already put my life in her hands twice.
Fair.
Are you sure it's been twice?
That I know
Bro,
of.
these mind games right now.
All right. Lexi and Tex. One of you will choose lead to guide the group through this complex, and one of you will assist. Tex,
Alright.
you will be rolling a notice with intelligence. Lexi,
Huh.
you will be rolling, as mean as it is in a way, you'll be rolling a no with intelligence with a +3 because you have been into these sorts of complexes before. You at least vaguely know like what the signs are and everything, but you need to be able to. Everyone's a little different.
I'll lead the way so I can just narrow down where the signal is, and then just have Lexi just say like, "This is the way to cafeteria," like that stuff behind me.
Sure. All right, Lexi, go ahead and roll your. Okay.
Nice.
So Tex, you have a 9.
Why'd you get a +3 on that, Lexi?
Familiarity.
Familiarity with
Oh,
CHEVKA
I'm sorry.
building practices and
Yep.
stuff like that.
I just
So
spaced out a little bit. Okay, cool.
no, you're good. She can at least read the signs, kinda.
That's good. That's good.
The pretty shapes are pretty similar to the pretty shapes she's used to. So there we go.
This shape means food.
Pretty much. In CHEVKA, that's just a big steak, flank steak,
Yeah,
A big
sitting on
stank.
a side. Yeah, a big stank might also work.
that's what.
But
I'm looking for Tony Stank.
as you guys move through the hallways, you come across quite a bit more detritus, but eventually you make it to a stairwell. As you come up a little ways, so you've been knocking on doors as you go. You come up to what looks like a large sort of sealed off warehouse room with cordons around the not cordons, sort of a path around this large warehouse-ish area. When I say large, I mean it's 3 levels tall, taking up most of the center of this this hab module. It is probably half a square kilometer in floor size, so it's big, and it appears, from what you can tell, sort of going up and looking at this set of large doors, it has an airlock and it has remained pressurized. However, no electronics are working at all in the door. You can just sort of tell based on the fact that you can see water vapor inside of the airlock itself, sort of floating around, creating a fog almost.
Okay, so it's not completely pressurized.
You're not sure.
Okay.
You can actually kind of tell with that roll, Lexi, you would know that this is sort of the heart to any of these hab modules. It's also sort of it serves as a training ground area in these hab modules. It is a place where it is a level where Evkin soil has actually been filled in, and it's a forested, almost small, but almost a forested agricultural area, and a lot of Marines will use it either to relax or go fighting, which is usually the same thing. Um, it is sort of the central area that a lot of this is built around. It also provides regenerative atmosphere so that the air doesn't like taste and feel canned all the
Yeah,
time.
it recycles air, so it's not stale. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that, and it serves as, like I said, a training ground and You can grow specialty foods there, stuff like that. Sort of like it's sort of like just a little piece of your planet that a
Yeah.
lot of these stations have. It has remained pressurized, and you can see sort of a mist in the airlock. And there are little windows in the airlock, both sets of the airlock doors. And the far one looks pretty misty as well, but like it's almost like it's automated rain at the moment.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Lexi will head straight over there then.
Okay. There's no power to the doors.
Yeah, we need some kind of way to open these doors without breaking them because we have to close it behind us. Otherwise, all the air will vent out.
Yeah, it's a good point. Be careful, Leaf.
Yep.
Fit through the doors with his mech?
They're
He's not coming in.
CHEVKA-sized
He's opening
doors.
doors. He's too big. No.
Okay, I didn't think he could. That's what I'm making sure of. That he's not
Oh.
gonna, like, oh, I'll fit
The
through.
suit mech, it's not that crazy.
Okay.
Oh,
It's only
so
I
it
mean,
would
it's not
fit in
3
the.
meters
Okay.
tall.
Well, I didn't know the dimensions of the thing.
It's
so
like maybe 12 foot tall. These
So we're
doors are
talking
pretty
like,
big.
yeah,
so
if
we're
you
talking
can fit, then okay, yeah, or not, yeah, right, yeah, come on.
okay. It's like Titanfall, not like Gundam.
Yeah, it's there are
Really?
ones that size. This is like
Phantom.
1.25 to 1.5 the size of like Spartan armor. It's
Oh, okay.
it's like the Hulkbuster suit. You
Yeah,
know, it's
yeah,
not
okay.
crazy big.
Okay,
3
cool.
to 4 meters is the thing in the book. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, then I guess we'll go in and have Leaf shut the doors behind us.
Okay, Leaf.
Yep.
In this case, I will bear in mind that you have the mech.
Mhm.
Go ahead, give me exert with strength.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to do this.
9.
9. All right.
9.
You slowly pull that first door open, enough so that you can slip through kind of uncomfortably, and everybody else, it's a pretty good sized walking path for y'all. Even Lexi can get through relatively easily. You all sort of cram into the airlock as Leaf presses it back closed. You are not sure, as that interior part is now is depressurized, whether or not there's no sensor or anything to tell you whether or not that the doors are actually sealed. I will point that out.
Right. Okay, Leaf, open just a little crack, We'll see if air comes out or in or whatever. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Give me
But
one
before
more.
he does it, Lexi will give another kind of like code knock, like, "Hey, entering."
Okay.
Would a survival kit have duct tape in it?
Sure. I
I
wouldn't
would,
see why it wouldn't.
I would like to just put a line of duct tape down like the center line of that door, which may or may
Okay.
not be sealed.
All right.
Just
You can do that. That works. Leaf, go ahead and make me another exert with strength to get the inner doors open.
Okay.
All right. You pull these ones apart. Now that you kind of understand how they work a little bit better, you pull them apart a little more smoothly as air rushes in, and as the pressure equalizes, it becomes much easier. And you can pull them open to a comfortable walking range for you and everybody else as you enter into what is an automated rain coming from 3 stories above. So about 30 feet up in the air. Spraying down and creating this sort of thin, misty fog everywhere. You can see some some kind of grass on the ground, like a walking path, but you really can't see more than maybe 5 to 10 feet ahead of you in here, as it is that thickly filled with this mist.
Okay, would Lexi have a good idea as to where the next habitable area from here would be, like which way to go from here.
You basically have a half square kilometer of this area.
Okay, let's spread out a little bit. See if we can find something. Stay in
Speaking of
close ranges.
on the radio, I'll just say, "Hey, we're here to rescue people. Can anybody read me?"
The signal is much stronger now. You all have noticed that. And Tex, you can see the signal is coming somewhere towards the center of this chamber.
Okay, I'll just kind of smack Lexi's arm and point it that way.
And she'll trudge that way.
Okay.
I'll follow like 40 feet behind.
Where we find out that CHEVKA actually breeds those rat spine sucker things.
Nuke it from orb again.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That would explain why this place got nuked.
Okay. As you are continuing, let's go with Lexi, as you are front lady at the moment, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Notice with wisdom.
Why are you switching it up on me
No.
like this?
Can I help?
Nope.
All right.
Okay. Jace. This area seems to be a little bit more contained from radiation, so it's not quite so bad in here. And you see the analyzer sort of begin to pick up more data and actually begin to properly analyze this. It'll still take a little bit of time, but in here it seems to be working a lot better, which is a plus. Now, as you guys continue into the mist, there is a little bit more forested area up ahead. It seems to extend, at least on your sight lines, to either direction. And Lexi, you would know that inside of this forested area tends to be, or this forested area tends to like ring around the center with a big clearing in the center. Specifically for generally training and things. A lot of the farming needs are taken care of sort of along the edges of this thing.
Okay. Yeah, so she would head straight for the center then, knowing that.
All right. As you enter in, the already kind of bad visibility gets a little bit worse with the tree cover and less light. However, you all managed to pretty well avoid, any like fallen branches or anything that was shook loose in the jostle of the explosion. Any one of you can roll me a d6.
Lexi, you want to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
There are 4 Tarrasques. Lexi, you guys don't keep any wildlife on this station, right?
Sometimes.
Only our xenomorphs.
I draw my mag pistol.
You should have done that before you fucking landed.
As you guys are walking through, you get towards the edge of this sort of circle of trees, as far as you can tell. There's still a very large area to go. Probably like radius of like a quarter of a kilometer is the sort of central circle. As you get over there, Dronny.
Yep.
You feel this hard chitinous claw
God, they do have animals.
kind of basically wrap around you. It's like a praying mantis style claw, though. Wrap around you and haul you up into a tree. Jace, you drop your compad as you are hauled up with him as you are tied to him.
I'm just. Oh, fuck!
Start cussing at him.
That's
Girani,
all you guys hear.
for the rest of you, you see them disappear into the mists above the trees, or above you, in the tree branches. Girani, as you're discombobulated, kind of, and you sort of turn your head to look, you see what, interestingly enough, looks like I would say, horse-sized praying mantis with large mandibles pulling you in towards its mouth.
Okay, is that
Behind it,
native?
behind it, you see 2 or 3 more. And that's where we're ending for tonight.
Oh god damn
I
it!
knew it.
Oh no!
Fucking ass.
Oh no!
And we will pick
Such a
this up as soon as we can.
Fucking praying mantis,
Mhm.
bro, the size of no.
Well, we find out what
Clinging
happened
to
to
the
that
side of a
marine.
tree.
Let's say I'm just gonna pray they're
Right.
intelligent and they're friendly. We're just gonna go with it.
Yeah,
They might
Chevkin
be intelligent.
wildlife. friendly Chevkin wildlife
Maybe that's a hug, you know?
for
With it,
a planet that breeds people the size of dump trucks.
Honestly, I really haven't talked with Raven about anything about that planet, so it's all in the air, man.
some people like to keep puppies and kittens for pets.
Yeah, fuck that. That's for
Remember, this
pussies.
is the woman that wanted a bear as a pet.
Leaf, you've been wanting a monster hunt.
Uh-huh.
Also, that emergency evac is still on the table if you guys need it. Anyways.
Yep.
I do recommend everyone to just watch a short video of the abilities of a praying mantis and their body to size to killing ratio.
Oh, or you mean the fact that they eat brains?
Yep.
Well, that and they kind of are fucking incredibly
Monsters.
powerful.
Girani, the good news is they might have sex with you before they eat your head.
Oh yeah, that's
Hey.
good. A little snooky before you get to
Bow chicka bow wow.
Well,
On the back.
if Girani dies, I know I have my first Stars Without Number character who's mega ranged. You'll never be anywhere near any of this bullshit again.
Yeah, you say
That's
that.
like
You say that.
There's only so much range you're going to have in a space station. I've thought about this.
All right. Well, thank you everybody who may be tuning in right now and or on YouTube when I manage to fucking remember to post it on there. We'll come back to this fucking nightmare next week.